unless you have these 3 essential numbers, you should not be shopping for a house. Sure, you've got yourself a pre-approval, but most people, even with that, only have 1 of these essential numbers. So let's get to it. I'm Brad, the mortgage guy. I've been helping people purchase homes for 26 years, licensed in all 50 states. So no matter where you're at, I'd love to help you as well. So let's get to it. But first, of course, subscribe. We love our subscribers. So here we go, the 3 essential numbers. A lot of people are walking around with their pre-approval number. They have an idea of where they should be looking for a house, and that's all they've got. Well, honestly, that's the last of the 3 numbers that we're gonna get into, because the other 2 are far more important than that number, because they help make up that first number, that pre-approval number. And when you're walking around with just a pre-approval number and don't know the other 2, you have no idea what you're buying. So this may sound logical, but payment is number 1. You should know what the payment looks like. I can't tell you how many people come to me and say, I'm pre-approved for $400,000. And I go, oh, great. Did the other loan officer that you talked to, obviously you're talking to me, maybe maybe that person is a little dissatisfied, didn't get all the education they wanted. But did that other person you talked to, did they go over what that means in terms of payment? Well, no, but I checked Zillow and it looks like it's about $1,800. Whoa, hold up. Nah, nowhere near even close. First off, those websites out there like Zillow's, the Redfins, the Trulias, all those places, there's a lot of things that they do that make it so then the number that they're quoting you for a payment is totally inaccurate for your purposes. Just think of it this way. Their entire goal is to get clicks. When they get clicks, they sell your information. When they sell your information, they make money. And by the way, they make a lot of money selling your information. So they're really incentivized to make sure you click, right? What makes you click more? A higher payment or a lower payment? I don't know. You think about that. So number 1 is going to be your payment, okay? And you have to make sure that your payment is comfortable, because your comfort zone is way more important than that approval number. If you're approved at 500 or 600 or 700 or 400, doesn't matter what the number is. If you're not comfortable with that payment, that's not the house price that you should be looking at. So important number 1 is going to be payment. And the thing that most people skip when they're doing any kind of estimates, or they underestimate, or they don't even know how to estimate it at all, so they just kind of ignore it, is mortgage insurance. How much are you putting down? Rates can be higher if you have lower credit scores potentially. Rates might be lower with certain loan programs, higher with other loan programs. There is a lot of stuff that goes into that payment, and you need to know, number 1, the payment. Number 2 is going to be cash to close. A lot of people, they're walking around with, again, that pre-approval letter with the pre-approval number, and all they're told is, oh, you need 3% down, or you need 5% down, or you need 3.5% down. That's not the entire story. And a lot of people get surprised when they get under contract for a house that they need far more than that 3.5% or 5% or 3% or whatever they were quoted up front. So your loan officer needs to, licensed in all 50 states, love to be your loan officer. Anyway, your loan officer should be going through that with you, unless you have that second important number, which is how much cash you need to close. You have no business out there shopping for a house. Stop looking now. Get back with your loan officer or call me. Get back with your loan officer or call us, and we're going to walk you through that second important number, which is how much cash you need to close. Now, that might not be the same, and your loan officer should be able to tell you and walk you through this, but that might not be the same from house to house. If you happen to live near the borders of a state, and you're looking in 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 different states, depending on where you live, it could differ depending on the state you're in. Recording charges might be different. Who pays transfer taxes might be different. Things like taxes may be different. How often they collect taxes, all those might be different. Even if you're looking in the same state, though, a different county, that can cause a difference in how much cash you're going to need to close. And even the town could cause a difference in how much cash you're going to need to close. So just as an example, in Massachusetts, for instance, they collect taxes quarterly. In Connecticut, it's generally twice a year, but some towns only collect once a year. And believe it or not, that once a year collection causes your escrow amounts that need to be collected at closing to increase pretty significantly. So it changes your numbers. So number one is the payment. Number two is going to be how much cash do you need to close? Those are the two first essential numbers. And then based upon your comfort zone and where you lie on those two numbers, how much cash I need and what my payment's going to be, then you should back into the third number, which is where should you be looking price-wise for a home. Now, when you get that price, you're going to have to rely upon your realtor as well to determine what price homes you really should be looking at, or they're going to be feeding you homes that they feel could be won. An offer could be won at that price point. This could be very different across the country depending on where you're at. If it is a buyer's market and there is more inventory out there than there are buyers, maybe if you're approved for 400, you might be looking in the 425 range because you might be able to get a house for a little bit less than what they're asking for. But if you're in a market that's a seller's market, and both those markets exist right now across the nation, if you're in a seller's market, if you're trying to get a house for 400, you might be looking at 375. You might even be looking lower. It just depends. Or again, you might be looking at 4. And even in those markets, there's going to be specific houses that are priced right, priced high, priced low. Your realtor is going to be able to walk you through that stuff. So 3 important numbers. What is my payment? Number 1. Number 2. Well, I went to the second figure. We'll go number 2 that way. Number 2 is going to be how much cash do I need to close? Not just your down payment. What are my closing costs? What are my taxes? What are the insurances? What are the recording fees? Are there transfer taxes, stamps, anything like that? All that stuff should be included in that number to close. Knowing you need 3.5% down is not enough. I promise you, it could be double that. It could be triple that in some places. There's some places that charge 5% in transfer taxes. It's insanity, but you need to be prepared, and your loan officer should be able to walk you through that. Of course, licensed in all 50. Did I say repeat that again? Anyways, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Number 1, payment. Number 2, cash to close. And then number 3 is going to be based upon your comfort zone, is where should you be shopping price-wise. That's it. We'd love to be your lender. We'd love to help you purchase a home. We do refinances as well, of course, too, but I'm here talking to you purchasers out there. We'd love to help you. We're licensed in all 50 states plus DC. Hit us up. If you don't have these 3 important numbers, this is non-negotiable. This is what we do. We hop on the phone with you. Make sure you're going into that purchase transaction eyes wide open with those 3 important numbers. Anyway, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We appreciate you. Have a good one.